Welcome to Anchored Solar. Today, we're diving into a subject that sparks strong emotions in all of us, the electric company. But here's the thing, we all need electricity. It's pretty much the backbone of modern society. We need it to doom scroll through Twitter, binge watch bad reality TV, and power those life-saving medical devices. That's why today we're going to unpack the top 10 reasons customers hate electric companies. Let's be honest, has anyone ever looked at their electric bill and thought, wow, what a pleasant surprise. I have so much money left over, I think I'll book that spontaneous trip to the Bahamas. No one has ever thought that, because these bills often resemble hieroglyphics more than a straightforward bill. You squint at the numbers, try to decipher the jargon, and ultimately just end up trusting that they're not completely ripping you off. Spoiler alert, they might be. Electric companies are notorious for charging exorbitant rates, making you choose between keeping the lights on and, well, everything else. And don't even get me started on those peak hour charges. Apparently, wanting to use electricity when the sun's down is a luxury we can't afford. You know that special kind of dread you feel when you have to call your electric company's customer service line? It's like knowing you're about to walk into a battle, armed with only a rusty spoon and a fading hope for a decent resolution. Buckle up, because it's about to get bumpy. Endless hold times while listening to elevator music that would make a mime lose their mind. Representatives who sound like they're being held hostage and forced to read from a script written in a language they don't understand. Honestly, you'd have better luck explaining the plot of Inception to a goldfish than getting a helpful response from these folks. Have you ever felt that pang of betrayal when you open your electric bill expecting one number, but are instead greeted by a figure that seems to have been plucked from thin air? Welcome to the wonderful world of hidden fees. Electric companies are masters of disguise when it comes to these sneaky charges. You'll find them lurking under innocent-sounding names like delivery charges, administrative fees, or my personal favorite, regulatory adjustments. Chapter 4, Blackout Bingo Fun for the whole family. Ah, the power outage. That delightful little surprise that can turn your otherwise normal evening into a scene from a post-apocalyptic thriller. 1 minute you're enjoying a nice hot shower, the next you're plunged into darkness, fumbling for your phone's flashlight. Power outages happen. Sometimes a rogue squirrel decides to play hopscotch on a power line and boom, half the city is plunged into darkness. But the frequency and duration of these blackouts are enough to make you question if your electric company is powered by a bunch of hamsters running on a wheel made of old pizza boxes. Chapter 5. Transparency, more like translucence, at best. You know that feeling when you're talking to someone and you can tell they're not being entirely truthful, like they're hiding something, but you can't quite put your finger on it? That's basically the vibe I get from electric companies when it comes to transparency. But a little transparency in their billing practices, their environmental impact, and their overall operations wouldn't hurt, right? Chapter 6. The environmental impact. It's not pretty, folks. We all know that traditional electric companies rely heavily on fossil fuels, and those bad boys are about as good for the environment as a swarm of locusts at a picnic. We're talking about air pollution, water contamination, and enough greenhouse gas emissions to make a polar bear sweat. And the worst part, many of them are dragging their feet when it comes to embracing renewable energy sources like solar and wind power. Chapter 7. Monopolies. Because who needs choice anyway? In many areas, electric companies operate as monopolies, meaning you have as much choice in who provides your electricity as you do in the trajectory of the sun. You're stuck with them whether you like it or not. And what happens when there's no competition? You guessed it. Complacency, stagnation, and a distinct lack of incentive to improve service or lower prices. Imagine this. You wake up one morning to discover your power is out. No problem, you think. I'll just call the electric company, report the outage, and they'll have someone out here faster than you can say power surge. Oh, sweet summer child, because in the world of electric companies, fast response times is about as common as a unicorn riding a bicycle while reciting Shakespeare. You'll call the customer service line, navigate the labyrinthine phone tree, and finally speak to a human being, only to be told they'll put in a ticket and someone will be there, eventually. I'm convinced that electric bills are written in some ancient cryptic language that only a select few can decipher. Seriously, it's like trying to understand the inner workings of a black hole while blindfolded and riding a unicycle. And good luck trying to find any logic in the way they calculate your usage. You could have the energy consumption of a small village one month and pay a reasonable amount. Then the next month you replace all your light bulbs with energy-efficient LEDs, live like a hermit, and somehow your bill doubles. You know what's worse than an electric company that doesn't listen? An electric company that doesn't communicate? It's like they're playing a never-ending game of charades. But instead of acting out movie titles, they're trying to convey important information about outages, rate changes, and other essential updates. You'll be left in the dark, sometimes literally, about planned maintenance, leaving you scrambling to find alternative power sources for your very important Netflix marathon. Or you'll receive a bill that's 3 times higher than usual with no explanation other than a vague reference to increased usage. So there you have it, folks, the top 10 reasons why customers hate electric companies. From sky-high prices and abysmal customer service to hidden fees and a blatant disregard for the environment, it's no wonder so many people are looking for alternative energy solutions. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. With the rise of renewable energy sources like solar power, you can take control of your energy production, save money on your electric bills, and reduce your carbon footprint all at the same time. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe to Anchored Solar.